This is the owner of All Family Pharmacy, Michael Kuenzler. Thanks so much for joining us on the network.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me.
Definitely. A lot of times we talk about All Family Pharmacy, but being able to talk to the people that run the business is always good because every time you've been on, it's really breaking down the information for people. And it makes it easy. It's easy to get things like ivermectin or mebendazole through you guys, right?
Yeah, well, we try to make it as easy possible because these things can be very difficult. Most pharmacies or doctors don't even want to touch it. So,
Exactly. And that's what's great about All Family Pharmacy. And speaking of independent, like we are independent media, you're independent pharmacy. A lot of people are saying that's the way we want to go. We don't want that mainstream thing anymore. So the question I have is what inspired All Family Pharmacy to launch a breast cancer sale featuring mebendazole? And how does it empower patients to take control of their health choices?
we decided to do this sale obviously because October, as we know, is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We've developed this great relationship with Dr. William Mackis, who's been a big believer in ivermectin and mebendazole supporting the fight during cancer. And he's seeing great results with his almost 7,000 patient base. And we've seen some results on our end, whether it's with Dr. Mackis's patients or patients who come to us without Dr. Mackis's protocol. We believe that everybody should have the right to try these medications if they want to go that route. If a healthcare practitioner or a doctor deems it necessary through a prescription, we believe that they have that ability to try it. Now, most oncologists probably won't like it due to different reasonings. But the one thing we did notice is with the oncologist world is those with breast cancer, most of them got the okay, not most of them, but a good amount of them got the okay to utilize these drugs off label for breast cancer. These were breast cancer patients. So we've seen it more susceptible for breast cancer patients over prostate and pancreatic and all the different types of cancer. So we're more geared towards mebendazole specifically and breast cancer. I'm reading up a bunch of different companies that are running trials. But the one key finding that we find in these trials is no big pharmaceutical company is going to touch it because the drugs cannot be patented. They're off patent. They did their 10-year patent and they're done. So they can't make money off of it. So no big pharmaceutical company will touch this. So we're not going to see big trials going on. We do have smaller trials at the moment, which you could find online, which is great information to read up on yourself.
Exactly. And so mebendazole is actually giving breast cancer patients the medical freedom to explore affordable, accessible alternatives, right?
Yeah, absolutely. This is kind of similar to what Donald Trump said is the right to try, giving you that ability to try an additional route or an additional treatment on top of what you're taking. Dr. Mackis, as well as the physicians that we work directly with, as well as our pharmacists, are always going to tell the patient to continue doing the treatment their oncologist wants them to do. We always are going to say, tell your oncologist if you're taking these medications. A lot of patients are scared to tell them. Unfortunately, you should always mention to them that you are taking these other medications like ivermectin or mebendazole. We're just going to suggest it. What the patient does is what the patient wants to do. It's medical freedom. They have that ability to make that decision themselves. But we're big proponents of it. We're seeing some great data, and we're hoping that this trials in Florida starts soon through Dr. Latipo. So that would be awesome to see the results.
So double checking then. So then for breast cancer patients already on chemotherapy, how does All Family Pharmacy reassure them that mebendazole and similar options like ivermectin are both safe to combine with standard treatments and potentially more effective at supporting their fight, giving them the medical freedom to explore these without that fear of the interference? I know you talked about it a little bit there, but just more specifically.
Yeah, so based on our physicians and the protocols from Dr. Mackis, they're prescribing it all the time with chemotherapy, radiation, as well as immunotherapy. So we're already getting data when people are taking chemo, radiation, and immunotherapy. One of the cool inserts that Dr. Mackis went over about a month ago in Venice, Florida, was that he's actually seeing better results when they combine the two, when they combine the ivermectin and the mebendazole, and they combine it with a chemotherapy or immunotherapy. He's actually seeing fantastic results. And he went over, he cited a bunch of examples where patients with smaller stages of cancer, stage 2, stage 1, 2, or possibly 3, but traditionally it was stage 2. They did about 2 or 3 rounds of chemo, and they came back and cancer was gone, or most of it was gone. And the oncologist was just wanting to make sure they finished the remaining, 4, 5, 6 rounds of chemo, whichever cancer it was for. So that was pretty interesting to see. And he was citing a lot of examples. If you go to his Twitter, he cites these examples direct from patients who he communicates directly with. And just to be able to see that firsthand was amazing. He had a lot of patients there who actually beat cancer with chemo, radiation, immunotherapy, and his protocol. So that was also interesting to see. And a couple of them were patients of our pharmacy. We got to meet them. So that was also great as well.
Yeah, so it's the feedback, the positive feedback, the results that you're seeing. And now you guys have 40% off of mebendazole. So how can people say, hey, you know what, that's something I want to try? What do they do from there?
Yeah, so they can go directly on the website. We don't have a coupon code. What we like to do is we like to just release the discounts to everybody. New patient, old patient, doesn't matter. Anybody that wants to try the medications, we're going to give them a discount so that they could try it. Those who are already on it and they're seeing some results, hopefully they're positive, can go ahead and re-up or refill their prescriptions and stock up on supplies. Mebendazole is not a cheap product. It's not a cheap medication. If you go and buy it right now, when it's not compounded from a company like All Family Pharmacy, the manufacturer, last time I looked up, it was $650 for one chewable tablet. For 100 milligram chewable tablet, $650. So it's a little bit expensive in my eyes for just one tablet, $650. So we compound it, and you could buy 60 capsules for $120. Knock off 40%, it's like $90 for 60 capsules, whereas you're paying $650 for one. So you can go directly to allfamilypharmacy.com/RSBN. All of the discounts are applied. We've notated it on the website. Got some medical questions to fill out with our doctors to make sure that it's safe and effective for you based on your medical history, and we can prescribe it. And if you have questions, you can give us a call.
And then on top of that, the biohacking that we've been talking about as well that you guys have to offer. So just a lot of options, aren't there?
Yes, we're big proponents of the biohacking. We love it. Those who want to try it, we'll hopefully have another discount coming soon, because last time we ran a biohacking discount, we had a lot of new patients call us or old patients who have never done NAD plus and tirzepatide or Simorlin or glutathione. They really were interested to try it. That discount gave them the ability to try it. And now they're buying it, once a month, once every other month, however long they need it for. It's an amazing new medications that are on the market, making people feel younger, act younger, speak more clearly, less brain fog. I love methylene blue. Methylene blue is on that discount. And a lot of people with cancer are trying the methylene blue, as it does that atropic effect where it cleans up the dead cells. Gets rid of them, kind of like when you're fasting for cancer. You're trying to clean up all those dead cells in your body so your body can concentrate on what's good.
Michael Kuenzler, the owner of All Family Pharmacy, thank you again for spending the time with us. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.